You wake up soft, comfortable, scrolling before your feet even touch the ground. The ancient Spartans would have called you weak, and they'd be right. But here's the truth that modern comfort merchants won't tell you. The first 10 minutes of your day don't just set the tone, they program your entire neural operating system. Win the morning, and you've already won before the world even wakes up. I'm going to show you the exact routine that's been tested for over 2,000 years, now backed by neuroscience, practiced by elite operators, and designed to turn you from civilian to warrior before breakfast. This isn't about motivation. Motivation is a lie sold to the weak. This is about installation. Hard-coding discipline into your nervous system so deeply that excellence becomes involuntary. 10 minutes. No equipment, no excuses. Just you versus the softness that's been programmed into your DNA by a culture that profits from your weakness. The question is simple. Are you ready to stop negotiating with mediocrity? Let's begin. Segment 1. The Philosophy of Dawn. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." The Spartans understood something we've forgotten in our climate-controlled, algorithm-fed existence. The morning is a battleground. It's where discipline either takes root or dies. Modern neuroscience confirms what ancient warriors knew instinctively. The first hour after waking, your brain operates in a theta-dominant state, a window where your subconscious is most programmable. This is when habits are forged in steel or allowed to rust into weakness. The average person reaches for their phone within 3 minutes of waking. They immediately surrender their mental sovereignty to algorithms designed by engineers in Silicon Valley who've optimized for one thing: your addiction. You're handing control of your neural circuitry to strangers before you've even taken your first conscious breath. The Spartan way demands something different. It demands that you claim the morning as conquered territory. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today, now, with the ruthless consistency of a warrior who knows that the battle is won or lost before the sun crests the horizon. Epictetus taught that we don't control external events, but we absolutely control our response. Your morning routine is the only thing in this chaotic, unpredictable world that is entirely within your domain. It's your declaration of sovereignty. This 10-minute protocol isn't about adding more to your day. It's about subtraction, stripping away the noise, the negotiation, the internal dialogue that weakens your resolve. It's about building what the Stoics called prohairesis, your capacity to choose with clarity and execute with precision. So, here's the foundational truth. You don't need a perfect morning routine. You need an unbreakable one. Simple, brutal, effective. The kind of routine that works in hotel rooms, during deployments, on zero sleep, with a hangover, during personal crisis. The kind that requires nothing but you and your willingness to show up. Let's break down the 10 minutes that separate the conquered from the conqueror. Segment 2. Minute 0. The immediate wake protocol. Before we even start the clock, there's minute 0, the moment your eyes open. The ancient Spartans had a practice: no hesitation between sleep and action. They trained themselves to move from rest to readiness without the buffer of comfort. Why? Because in battle, hesitation equals death. Here's your first non-negotiable: 5-second rule. Eyes open, feet on floor. No phone, no snooze, no internal debate. The warrior doesn't negotiate with weakness. Mel Robbins popularized the 5-second countdown, but warriors have used this psychological circuit breaker for millennia. Your brain will generate 1,000 reasons to stay comfortable. You must move before reason becomes rationalization. Stand immediately. Feel the cold floor. Let your nervous system register. We're awake, we're vertical, we're operational. Drink water, not coffee, water. 16 ounces. Your brain is 75% water, and you've just gone 8 hours without hydration. Warriors know that a dehydrated brain makes compromised decisions. This isn't self-care, this is combat readiness. Now and only now do we begin the 10-minute protocol. Segment 3, minutes 1 to 2, breath work, physiological reset. The first drill, breath work, not the Instagram-friendly kind, the battlefield kind. The Spartans called it pneuma control, mastery over your life force. Modern operators call it tactical breathing. Navy SEALs use it before jumping into hostile territory. You're going to use it to jump into your day. Here's the protocol. Box breathing. 4 counts in, 4 counts hold, 4 counts out, 4 counts hold. Repeat for 2 minutes. Why does this matter? Your nervous system operates in 2 modes: sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and recover. Most people wake up in chaotic sympathetic overdrive, cortisol spiking, thoughts racing, already anxious about the day ahead. Box breathing is a manual override. It activates your vagus nerve, downregulates cortisol, and brings your prefrontal cortex online. Translation: you move from reactive to responsive, from chaotic to controlled. As you breathe, here's your mental directive. I control this breath. I control this body. I control this day. Not affirmations, not wishful thinking. Statements of fact backed by action. You are literally demonstrating control over your autonomic nervous system, the functions your body usually runs without conscious input. You're taking the reins. The Stoics would call this hegemonikon, the ruling faculty of your mind asserting dominance over the biological machinery. 2 minutes, 24 breaths, absolute focus. This is your first victory of the day. Segment 4, minutes 3 to 5, physical activation, body as weapon. Now we wake the weapon. Sparta's warriors trained their bodies as instruments of will. Your body isn't a temple to be worshipped or a burden to be tolerated. It's your primary tool for imposing order on chaos. Here's the sequence: 50 push-ups, 50 squats, 1 minute plank. But I can't do 50 push-ups. Then do 20, then do 10, then do 5 on your knees. The number matters less than the non-negotiability. You don't skip this, ever. The goal isn't fitness, that's a byproduct. The goal is establishing command authority over your biology. Your body will beg you to stop. You will override that signal. This is how you install discipline at the cellular level. Push-ups, full range, chest to ground, explosive up. Feel your shoulders burn. Feel your core engage. This is controlled violence against inertia. Squats, below parallel, drive through heels. You're building the foundation, literally. Strong legs, strong base, unshakable presence. Plank, 1 minute of pure isometric warfare. Your body will shake, your mind will negotiate, you will hold. This is where discipline crystallizes into identity. As you move through these 3 minutes, maintain one thought. This is who I am. This is what I do. No exceptions. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." These movements are simple. What makes them powerful is that you do them when you don't feel like it, when it's inconvenient, when every cell in your body wants to stay soft. When you finish, you've done something before 99% of people have even checked their phones. You've earned the day. Now comes the forge. Cold water. 2 minutes. Face, neck, chest. Full immersion if you have access to a shower. The ancient Spartans bathed in the Eurotas River, fed by mountain snowmelt, cold enough to shock the system year-round. They didn't do this for hygiene, they did it for psychological fortification. Here's what cold exposure does. It forces you to confront discomfort and breathe through it. It spikes norepinephrine and dopamine, the neurochemicals of focus and motivation. It trains your nervous system to stay calm under physiological stress. But more than the biochemistry, it builds something the Spartans called thymos, the spirited part of your soul that chooses courage over comfort. When that cold water hits, every survival instinct screams at you to stop. Your breath catches, your muscles tense, and you breathe through it. Controlled, steady, unbroken. This is the crucible. This is where you daily forge the capacity to do hard things. You're not seeking comfort, you're seeking capability. These 2 minutes program your nervous system with a fundamental truth. I can endure what's uncomfortable. I can stay calm in chaos. I am not ruled by sensation. Marcus Aurelius, who commanded armies and ruled an empire, still took cold baths every morning. He wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." The cold teaches gratitude. It teaches that warmth is earned, that comfort is a reward, not a baseline. When you step out of that cold water, you're a different person than who stepped in. Harder, clearer, more alive. Segment 6, minutes 8 to 9, mental programming, strategic clarity. Your body is awake, your nervous system is calibrated. Now we program the mind. 2 minutes of visualization, but not the fantasy kind, warrior visualization. Close your eyes. See your day ahead with crystal clarity. Not how you wish it would go, how you'll handle it when things go wrong. The Stoics practiced premeditation malorum, premeditation of evils. Before every battle, Spartan commanders visualized not victory, but adversity. The shield wall breaking, the flank exposed, the terrain turning against them. Then they visualized their response. This is what you're doing now. See the difficult conversation. See the moment you'll want to quit. See the temptation to break your discipline. Now see yourself responding with precision and control. See yourself choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. See yourself staying calm when provoked. See yourself executing your mission regardless of how you feel. This isn't positive thinking, this is operational planning. Then, crystallize your intention. Not 5 goals, 1 mission. What is the single most important thing you will accomplish today? The one thing that, if everything else falls apart, means the day was still a victory. Name it, see it, feel what it will be like when it's done. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. You're defining who you are and what you'll accomplish before the world has any input. This is mental sovereignty. You're choosing your response to the day instead of being chosen by circumstances. Segment 7, minute 10, the declaration, identity anchoring. The final minute. Stand. Center yourself. The Spartans would recite their laws, their lineage, their purpose. You're going to do the same, but with the principles that define you. Speak these aloud, not in your head, aloud. Your voice matters. It makes it real. Here's the Spartan Declaration, adapted for the modern warrior. I am not a victim of my circumstances. I am the architect of my response. I do not wait for motivation. I operate on discipline and protocol. I do not negotiate with weakness, not in others, and especially not in myself. I embrace discomfort as the price of capability. I face reality as it is, not as I wish it to be. I control what I can control. I release what I cannot. I am grateful for the struggle, for it makes me stronger. Today, I will act with courage, speak with integrity, and move with purpose. This is who I am. This is what I do. No exceptions. Modify this to fit your code, but say it. Let your nervous system hear your voice claiming these truths. This is the final lock. You've activated your body, calibrated your nervous system, programmed your mind, and declared your identity. 10 minutes. You've done what most won't do in 10 days. Segment 8. The compound effect. Why this works. Let's talk about why this matters beyond just feeling good. James Clear writes about the compound effect of small habits. He's right, but he's understating it. This isn't just about habit stacking. This is about neural programming and identity construction. Every time you complete this routine, you're strengthening specific neural pathways. You're myelinating the circuits that connect intention to action. You're literally rewiring your brain to choose discipline over default. But more than that, you're answering the fundamental question of identity. Who am I when no one's watching? What do I do when it's hard? Most people don't have an answer to that question. Their identity is borrowed, formed by algorithms, expectations, and the path of least resistance. You're doing something different. You're building identity through action. The Spartans had a word, arete, excellence as a way of being, not a destination. This routine is your daily practice of arete, not perfection, not some future version of yourself. This version, today, now. Here's what happens after 30 days of this protocol. Your baseline changes. What used to feel hard becomes automatic. The morning routine that once required willpower now requires none. It's just who you are. Your decisions improve. Because you've won the first battle of the day, you make better choices throughout it. You've established momentum in the right direction. Your resilience expands. The stress that used to break you now just bends you. You've trained your nervous system to stay regulated under pressure. Your presence changes. People notice. They can't articulate what's different, but they feel it. You carry yourself differently. You speak differently. You stopped apologizing for taking up space. Segment 9. The common pitfalls. Anticipating failure. Let's address where most people break. Pitfall 1. Complexity. They add too much. They turn 10 minutes into 45 and wonder why they quit after 3 days. Keep it simple. Keep it brutal. Keep it non-negotiable. Pitfall 2. Perfection. They miss one day and decide they failed. Warriors don't think in binaries. You missed today, you show up tomorrow. No guilt, no drama, just execution. Pitfall 3. Motivation dependence. They wait until they feel like it. You'll never feel like doing cold water at 5 a.m. You do it anyway. That's the entire point. Pitfall 4. Seeking validation. They post about it on social media, seeking approval. Stop. This routine isn't for your audience, it's for you. Let your results speak. The Stoics called this amor fati, love of fate. Whatever happens, you show up. That's the practice. Segment 10. The challenge. Call to action. Here's your mission. 30 days. No negotiation, no excuses. 10 minutes every morning. You don't need to tell anyone. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need permission or perfect conditions. You just need to decide that you're done being soft. The ancient Spartans had a saying, "Come back with your shield or on it. Return victorious or don't return at all." I'm not suggesting you die, I'm suggesting you stop living in the middle ground, that mediocre space where you're comfortable enough not to change but unfulfilled enough to be miserable. This routine is your shield. It protects you from the chaos of the day. It establishes order when the world offers none. Starting tomorrow, or better yet, starting now, you are someone who does this, not someone who tries, not someone who wants to. Someone who does. The philosopher kings of Sparta weren't born different. They made different choices every single day, especially on the days they didn't want to. You have 10 minutes. You have everything you need. The only question that remains is the one Marcus Aurelius asked himself every morning. What am I going to do with this day that I've been given? The answer starts here. With breath, with movement, with cold water and clear intention, with you deciding that mediocrity is no longer acceptable. Closing. 10 minutes to conquer your day. Not someday, not when you feel ready. Today. The Spartans are watching. Your future self is watching. More importantly, you're watching. Show yourself who you really are. Train your mind. Conquer yourself. I'll see you in the arena.